What's going on, guys, and welcome back. I went ahead and put together a list of prog epics that I've heard throughout the years for the people that want to suggest songs, so they already know what I've listened to and heard. There seemed to be some confusion on some of these videos, so I just wanted to create this list so you guys already know what I'm familiar with. And I also went ahead and put some stars next to them. 3 stars just means they're my favorite. 2 stars mean they were a great song and I love them. 1 star, not my favorite, but I'm not trying to rank these in any sort of way. It's just my personal preference, so you guys can kind of go off of that. So today I decided to go with Yes, one of the bands that I'm a little bit more familiar with, just before I start getting into all the other bands, because I've heard plenty of Yes songs at this point, so trying to move on to a lot of these other bands that I haven't heard as much of. But today we're going to go ahead and do Awaken. Again, this is the remaster. I didn't know which version to pick, but I typically just go with the version that is on the album. And Spotify only has the remastered album, so we're just going to go ahead and go with this one. Hopefully it is the best one, because I think there was at least 3 different versions here. I did do a little bit of reading on the album itself. So this was their 8th studio album, released in July 1977, and the band relocated to Montreal, Switzerland to record their studio album, which is dope. If I'm not mistaken, Roundabout was about mountains in the Alps or something. Some mountain range where they were, I think, recording something. I might be completely wrong about that, but if I'm not mistaken, I heard that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this. I'm pretty excited. This is gonna be a pretty long video, so let's go ahead and dive in. Nice piano intro there. Am I tripping, or are there 2 bass lines or maybe 3. It felt like there were multiple bass lines happening in this little section here. But I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm very captivated by everything that's going on, as I tend to be with Yes. You know, especially listening the first time. There's so much going on and all these different layers and everything. So just trying to get adjusted to the sound more so than anything. But I am enjoying this. I love that kind of classical-esque piano intro, and this is, you know, classic Yes formation: John Anderson, Steve Howe, Rick Wakeman, Chris Squire, Alan White. So, you know, you can hear that tight sound, and, you know, Chris Squire's bass tone, Rick Wakeman's beautiful playing, John Anderson's vocals are awesome. Let's keep going. I like how the hi-hat is kind of following the bass line. Steve Howe is the master. Wow, this is awesome. I love the stereo synths, just kind of embellishing everything. Oh! Awesome organ. Nice. Woo, that bass. Big church vibe there. That was awesome. All right, we're going into another passage here. There is so much happening. The thing with Yes is just like the mix is so dense that it's really kind of hard to just like concentrate on one thing. It's just like everyone is kind of doing their own thing, or they might sync with, like Chris Squire and Alan might sync together. I think at one part the hi-hat pattern was actually following the bass pattern, but it's just like it's so condensed and so much happening. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, we had bass layering. We had now on this last part some organ layering, all the synths layering on the previous sections, and the little embellishments that he would do on the stereo field, pretty much kind of occupating that space, which was cool because you can really kind of pinpoint what they're doing there. Steve Howe going crazy. There was some layering there, if I'm not mistaken, too. Like, there's just a lot of layers, even to each individual instrument. It's just like, wow. But it just creates the spaceship of music, which I don't know. I just don't really think any other band that I've listened to kind of has that same really like UFO kind of sound in terms of like Prog. I guess I've been doing a lot of ELO reactions lately, and I don't know how much of their stuff is considered prog or not, but I guess in a similar sense they do have that same UFO sound. But I just feel like Yes, it's like if aliens came to Earth, figured out how to make music, it would be Yes. Or if humans wanted to make music to communicate to aliens, that would be Yes. Maybe that's what they were trying to do. I think I've cracked the code now. But yeah, dude, there's just like, it's just incredible, the amount of detail and layers to Yes. All right, let's keep going. Damn. I think it's a harp and some sort of flute. Organ. Wow, this sound palette right now is so beautiful. And the guitar thing? Wow. It's very kind of medieval. Love the organ harmonies. Drummer joining in. Some rim clicks. Wow. The harp passages. that a choir? That is a choir. I think so. Dude, this is amazing. What a beautiful soundscape. With the heart. Ooh, that's an interesting tone. I like that. Now oh my god.
Master of images, songs cast a light on you. Walk through dark ties that tunnel us out to sane existence. In challenges direct as ice, sea and stars assemble. Master of light, oh pure chance, as exists cross-divided in all encircling mode. Oh, close we guide and fly. Awaken in our heart, master of soul, set to touch all impenetrable youth. Ask away, that thought become tact with all that's clear. Be honest with yourself, there's no doubt, no doubt.
Another very interesting tone.
Master of time, setting sail over all our lands. And as we look ever closer, shall we now bid farewell, farewell?
Wow, man. They definitely have that triumphant feel in a lot of their songs. And you just like, you just get to that peak.
To the sun, oh, that's my heart dreaming. Vast immortal as me. Where can I be?
Wow, I like the washiness here with the keyboard. I think it's the keyboard and his vocal.
Wish the sun to stand still.
Nice.
Reaching out to touch all me. Vast immortal as we. Here we can be.
Nice. Yeah, man. I mean, this is exactly what I like to hear from a good Yes song. Just great all around. Production is incredible. The soundscapes and the textures of everything. The musical palette was just so diverse and incredible, as with again a lot of their other songs. And I think that not only do they employ heavy virtuosity in a lot of their songs and passages and solos and so on, but they also incorporate a good amount of really interesting effects, whether it be reverb or some sort of modulation effect, delay, whatever the case may be. That may be some prog that I don't hear as much on other progressive bands. Even like I think more atmospheric band like Pink Floyd, even then they don't do the kind of things that you know Yes might do, right? Because they'll have like varying reverbs all at once and different delays going on. So not only again are they employing the one of the best musicianships each and every one of them, but they also, like I said, I think we're on the cutting edge of in terms of technology, music recording technology, and manipulating the sound like that. Just my opinion. Again, you guys have seen the list that I made, so I only have that to judge off of. So I know there's a lot more out there. Just speaking on what I know and what I've heard, but a lot of great passages here, a lot of great solos. Steve Howe had, I think, two solos, if I'm not mistaken, maybe three. I think two solos. They were both incredible. Again, just a display of greatness and virtuosity, and just really being a technically gifted musician. And I thought his tone changes were also pretty interesting overall. Just the way they kind of sat in the mix, and the changes in between each solo and the different tones that he would employ. I thought that was super cool, man. Definitely some different sounding guitars there. But again, great job, Rick Wakeman. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. There were so many things happening from a keyboard and organ perspective. It's just incredible. And obviously the organ played a huge role in the uplifting points of the song and the kind of climaxes of some of these passages. So incredible. And again, the usage of layering everything is something that I think Yes does incredibly well. And yeah, it just adds for so much more density and layers, that you can just you can just listen to these over and over and pick out a lot of different things. Like I missed probably 95% of stuff, but just in a general sense, I was trying to kind of bounce my focus to different things, so I wouldn't just be concentrating on one thing the whole time. That's what I tend to do with these longer songs. I kind of just have to digest a full picture, a full idea of it. Maybe it's not, it might not be super clear, but at least I'm getting a sense of what the song is, the different elements of it, and what make it great. That's what I try to listen to the most. So again, I'm not, just shifting my focus to one specific area the whole time, because then I feel like I'm missing everything else. And in this particular song, I found myself glancing at the lyrics every so often, but I just felt like it kind of took me out of the actual music. So I would kind of just leave those alone for the most part. I think it's just about finding your spirituality and things like that. But you guys can give me a little bit more information down below if I'm way off, which I probably am, as always. But again, man, just a fantastic song. The composition was just beautiful, and the arrangement. There's just so much to listen for and pay attention to. So many details that you can miss, I'm sure, even after many times hearing this. That's what it tends to be like with, these longer progressive songs. I mean, there's just so many different sections, so many things to pay attention to. There's no way you can get it all in just a couple listens, right? It takes several and several listens to catch it all. Certain songs I've heard a gazillion times, and every single time I still hear something new. So that's the great thing about these, is that they age super well, because you always have something new to hear and something new to discover about these songs. And I think that's what makes them really special and stand and withstand the test of time. It's just, they are just wonderful pieces of art, man. That's all that there is to it. So thank you guys so much for joining me again for another Prog Epic Friday. Please send suggestions down below, because I'm just kind of going off of lists and a couple of comments. There haven't been many, so I need you guys' help to let me know what else to go for. Again, I would like to get into the bands that I haven't really explored all that much. I know there's Camel, Caravan. I've heard of Vandergraaf, something like that. I hadn't heard of them before. I know there's Gentle Giant. I just know there's a lot out there, right, that I need to check out. So please let me know down below, and I'll get to it eventually. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit that like down below. It really helps out the channel. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And also check out my Patreon for more exclusive content if you wish to support the channel that way. That would be great as well. Thank you guys so much. This has been Samurai. Arigato and sayonara.